that there was some type of explosive noise. The former president had to be tackled and taken off stage by a Secret Service with blood appearing to come from his head. That a crowd of thousands at a presidential rally had to hit the ground, some of them colliding with each other, equipment falling on their heads and our heads at one point. No matter what this ends up being, this was a security failure at an event that is secured by the U.S. Secret Service and any number of other law enforcement agencies, where everybody in the space had to be screened and wanted by metal detectors and officers. It's just calamitous as a failure.
And we're getting new reporting in, Scott. Our Olivia Rinaldi, who was there, says that they see some blood on the bleachers. We're also hearing, I'm just getting some more information here. We're also hearing that the president is off-site. And Jane, what did you just say? We now have Robert Costa joining us on the phone. Bob, what can you tell us?
Not your average day at the office.
I've had a lot of weird days.
Do we have Bob?
I can tell you.
We lost Bob. Scott, we're going to bring you back in here. Scott, can you hear me?
Hey, it's Costa.
Scott, you know, what you described there is, you know, we've seen these rallies hundreds of times. This is not the first time that, you know, the former president has held a rally like this. They really should have this security protocol down. But like you said, clearly there was a breach. Clearly there was some kind of issue here for shots to have rung out, not only before you saw the president duck down, but afterward. We have reporting that there were shots that were fired after the fact, after he was carried out on stage.
We heard a long sequence of explosions. Again, that's at about the 5-minute mark of this rally. After we all recognized these were likely, if not potentially, gunshots, we all took cover. And I'll admit we lost our view of the stage at that point. You can see it's all askew right now. The sign is off center. Things are toppled. Chairs are toppled. There's a helicopter going overhead right now. I also saw at one point, after the former president was removed, a set of law enforcement or responders, some in paramilitary gear, you know, that camouflage gear with helmets, run toward the left side of the podium from my perspective. It would have been the former president's right, and focus on someone or something about 50 to 100 feet to the left, to the camera's left of where former President Trump was speaking, to the former president's right side. That happened about maybe 60 seconds, 90 seconds after the explosive noises occurred. But law enforcement now appears to be growing in number on site. I see more vehicles, more flashing lights than I did when the speech began, and they have moved this crowd out of the seated area, out of the area immediately around the stage.
Scott, this is now